Okay, welcome to today's Tanya, and effectively, the Alter Rebbe is going on a theme that he's trying to really help us appreciate, because the human mind is an interesting machine. The first thing that we learn in this world is I exist, right? How do we know that you exist? We're all certain. If I ask you, do you exist? Yes. Does, the chair exist? No. Why? Because you're aware of your emotions, your feelings, but you don't see emotions and feelings. A tree, by the way, has emotions and feelings. It's been proven. Trees, you can hook them up, they'll feel stress. Interesting studies like in Russia where even a cabbage or something, where they came in and you can measure it, like just like stress, like lie detector, you can measure it with it. And so a guy comes in, cuts up a cabbage, and like the other cabbage next to it, when the guy leaves the room, when he comes back, it gets stressed, right? So everything wants to survive. In fact, there's a guy I saw from an FBI agent, very interesting, where he decided had like some plant hooked up to stress. He thought, and he specialized in polygraph. So he thought, I'm just going to go out, I'm going to get a match, I'm going to burn it, see what happens. And he noticed that when he thought that thought, the match got stressed. The plant got stressed. There's consciousness in everything. The Rebbe brings down from our Chachamim that when a person passes away, the walls in their house testify about them, their bones in the body. In other words, this table may be 1 billion times smarter than you and me, because everything is actually alive. It has a neshama. That's the whole thing of the Arizal, that everything has a neshama. And those neshamas, we now know with atoms, are like, miracles. They're like, atoms are super miracles. So those neshamas are not like, they're like infinitely probably greater than you and I. It's just, we don't see its consciousness, so you don't know that it really has that neshama. Now, when you actually extrapolate backwards for a moment, you say, okay, think about how many souls there are, how many atoms there are. In one person, there are more atoms than there are stars in the universe. And there are 100 billion galaxies and 100 billion stars in each galaxy. 100 billion times 100 billion. We can't even imagine what that is. There's so many. Now, imagine how many atoms there are in a galaxy. It's like you can't even imagine. All that is souls in it. And our universe is just a tiny speck compared to the universe above it. Because the universe above it, Asiya Haruchni, is like a prototype. I actually know a guy which I believe can see into the higher universe. It's like massive, And then you have above that Yetzirah, and above that Bria, and then you have Atzilus, and each universe is a dot compared to the universe above that. And all of that is literally comes from like one word that Hashem says. Ki bi Yud Kei, Hashem created the world, Yud Olam Haba, and Hey Olam Haza. The whole thing is like 2 letters, right? Now what is 2 letters, relatively speaking, in your capacity to speak? Technically, if you can speak forever, 2 letters compared to infinite speech is nothing, right? So now, what about 2 letters compared to thoughts? 2 letters compared to thoughts, also nothing. Because you could think even more than you can speak.
More than you can speak.
Now, where do thoughts come from? Thoughts come from, interesting question, where do thoughts come from?
The infinite.
Thoughts come from emotions. Feelings, right? Why do you think, I know they say that, I saw this once on TV, I don't know if it's true, that men daydream about vacations and women daydream about getting married. Why? Because women want to get married and men want to take vacations. So your thoughts are an outcome of your emotions. Are you thinking about God? It's because you care about God. You think, whatever you're thinking about is an emotional expression. Generally speaking, there are 2 main emotions that cause our thoughts: the emotion of love and the emotion of fear, things that you want. And then, if you think about it, then even deeper than that is understanding. Why? Because why do you want this thing? Because you understand it to be good for you. We mentioned yesterday that you have a great love for your mother. Why? Because you understand, I don't know how good she is, whatever to you. So even the emotion is preceded by an understanding. So imagine 2 letters, Yud K, relative not only to your capacity of thought, but capacity of emotional ability, which creates all these thoughts, capacity of ideas of what is good, which creates the emotions themselves. It's like 0 compared to the essence. And so also the whole universe compared to Hashem himself, it's like nothing. And that's kind of the beginning of this understanding so we come to appreciate truly the greatness of Hashem. Okay?